The Xbox Series X is not only an extremely powerful next generation console, but it seems like it may be the ultimate retro machine. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Thank you for stopping by. If you're new here and you enjoy what you see throughout this video, hey, maybe consider subscribing to help this channel grow. But for now, let's jump into this. So I woke up this morning to a really cool piece of news, and that is that the Xbox Series S and the Xbox Series X are going to potentially be the ultimate emulation machines going forward. So this is a video from Modern Vintage Gamer. I will link it in the description below, but I'll also show some of it off here. Basically testing the Xbox Series S using RetroArch, using other emulators for the Nintendo Wii and GameCube, the Dolphin emulator, and the Saturn Beetle emulator. And from the video, he talks about just how great the performance is on the Xbox Series S and how well you can emulate games from past generations, pretty much all the way down the line, from NES all the way up until the Nintendo Wii, and potentially going forward the Wii U and the Nintendo Switch. This here saying, thanks to developer mode, the Series S can run RetroArch emulation with excellent performance. In this episode, we take a closer look at the dev mode on the Series S, how to set it up, and what to expect when running a RetroArch, a UWP based emulator that supports the Series S and the X. Now, Modern Vintage Gamer only has a Series S, but you can do the same thing on the Series X as well. Going on to say here, if your entertainment center is more modest, you have a 40-inch TV at the most or a monitor, and you just want to place the digital library of games you have in addition to those coming in the future to services like Xbox Game Pass, then the Series S only makes sense. It will play all of the games you want and on a smaller screen. You won't even notice the visual differences. If you're looking for a way to play Xbox Game Pass titles are seldom much more, then the Series S is a perfect choice for you. I predict we'll see a lot more people entering the Xbox ecosystem this generation with the Xbox Series S. Now, for me personally, I have the X and the S. I play mostly on my X. I gotta say, after seeing this news, the Xbox Series S just got a ton more exciting for me because of its price point and because of what you're going to be able to do with it. You're going to be able to play games. So this is just an example. This is only with RetroArch, but keep in mind, GameCube does work now with Dolphin emulator. Wii works with Dolphin emulator. Saturn also works with the Saturn emulator. But with the RetroArch right now, this is from Marcus, who tweeted out testing out RetroArch, saying that Dreamcast works, Nintendo 64 works, all 8 and 16-bit systems work, PS1, PSP, MAME, FBA all work. And then, like I said, Saturn, Wii, GameCube, they will work with the other emulators in developer mode. It's crazy. The Xbox, you're going to be able to play backwards compatible PlayStation 1 games, potentially PlayStation 2 games going into the future, and you're not even going to be able to play those games backwards compatible on the PS5. Now, going to the future, I predict that like deep hardware consoles with tons of power like the Series X are going to be becoming less and less common. They're going to be more along the lines of the Series S, but even less, mainly just for streaming and accessing subscription services. So having a console generation right now with the Xbox Series S and the Xbox Series X, where you're going to be able to keep it as an emulation device, keep it as a console that plays literally everything, starting from the NES all the way up to Series X, is extremely exciting. It's going to be the ultimate console going forward. And if you remember with the original Xbox, how great of an emulation device that was. Even I have an original Xbox that has an emulator on it, and it works great. I can play retro games from tons of generations. You just plug it in and play. And accessing the developer mode on the Xbox Series S and X is actually quite easy. So installing these emulators won't be very hard for a lot of people, and it's just giving people options, do what they want with their consoles. And I absolutely love that. It kind of reminds me of the difference between Apple and Android, where Apple, you're really locked into all of their stuff, and then Android, you have that and you can do whatever you want to it and modify and that kind of stuff. So that to me is just a really exciting feature. And going forward, I think people will be using the Xbox Series S a lot for emulation, especially because of the price of the console. It's going to be a console that's a no-brainer to buy if you love playing retro games as well as playing the newer X and S optimized game. Now, when it comes to using this developer mode, I believe you have to pay a $20 fee to get access to the developer mode. It's just a one-time fee, and then you'll have it, and you're going to be able to switch from non-developer mode to developer mode with your Xbox Series console. So it's not like you're just going to be only being able to use this for emulation. You're going to be able to use it obviously as a normal Xbox as well. Now, this was available on the Xbox One. I believe there was a developer mode on the Xbox One X, but just the fact that these consoles are just more capable, these games are going to run amazingly. And everything we're seeing from Modern Vintage Gamer in his video, the games run and look awesome playing off of the Xbox Series S. So that's very, very encouraging. I can't wait to see what more types of emulation they bring over. I really hope they do bring over PS2, Nintendo Switch, Nintendo Wii U, and it'll just literally be the ultimate gaming machine for everything from every console generation. If you're into retro games, I mean, it's a lot to be excited for. I love retro games, so I'm extremely excited for this. I will probably end up eventually checking that out. I mean, I have a PC that runs retro emulation great, so there's that, but being able to have your Series S on a different TV, maybe a retro TV, a smaller TV, and then it coming out and looking great and running off it so smoothly is something that I think a lot of people will definitely be interested in. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. If you can't tell, I'm very excited about this. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Are you going to be running any retro games on your Xbox Series S or X consoles? Are you going to be going to the development mode and putting on these emulators? I would love to know what you think about this and what you think about retro games going forward using the Xbox Series consoles. Thank you guys all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you dislike, that thumbs down button. If you're new here and you enjoy what you see throughout this video, hey, maybe consider subscribing to help this channel grow. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for all your support, and I'll catch you in the next video.